During the Sequim Prairie Nights car show last Saturday, one of my fellow Sequim Valley Car Club members pointed out a few issues in my Model A. Things I can probably fix myself. So I'm going to see what I can do about that. As we were departing in our vehicles from the car show, Dennis, who was driving his Model A, leaned out and hollered at me, "Your brake light is out." So I'm going to take it apart and see what's going on. Yeah, I think they may be burned out, but I gotta take a closer look. Well, this one's definitely burned out, as confirmed by an open circuit test. The second bulb looks good. I think it might be a spare bulb. So using my digital multimeter, I'll give it a quick open circuit check. This is the one that looks burned out, so I should get no continuity, no sound. Yep, nothing. This is the bulb that looks good, so I should get a continuity check and sound. Yep. I should be able to pop that right into the wired circuit, and we'll see what happens. I'm guessing that the wired socket is on the bottom, and the spare bulb socket is on the top. Now I'll go step on the brakes. Well, I guess right. It works good. While I have the lens off, I'll just give it a little cleaning, both inside this housing and the red lens, and we'll be good to go. I'm guessing that the top socket is for the tail light and the bottom socket is for the brakes. Let me test the top one for the tail light first. Go turn on the lights. Yep. Now I'll test the brake light. That works too. I just need to buy a new bulb. Now I'll reattach this lens assembly. Gasket on each side of the lens. The little blue dot goes on top for the tail light. A little tricky lining it up with the threads, but got it. So I was having a little trouble with the two washers falling out of place. So this time I'm going to insert the bolts to hold them in place as I remount it. See if that works. Oops, popped out. Okay. There we go. Now. Are you threads? There you go. It's a bit of a hassle. There it goes. Snug it down. Doesn't need to be too tight. That should do. Now, a quick test of the brake light. Now, all I have to do is buy a new bulb for the tail light. I just discovered that the tail light and the brake light bulbs are in the reverse positions. They're upside down. In other words, the brake light is illuminating the license plate. it should be the tail light. There's a clear lens under here for that illumination. I'll show you what happens when I press the brake. I turned on the headlights to test the tail light. This light with the blue dot should be the brake light. It's upside down. So what am I going to do about this? Now I'll remove the lens assembly so I can see what it's going to take to reverse those sockets or wires, whatever it takes. Unfortunately, I am going to have to swap the wires. The sockets are welded in there. Okay, let's see if I can remove the entire unit from its mount and see where that goes. It looks like the lamp assembly is held on by 2 threaded bolts. I had to get a short profile Phillips screwdriver. Oh boy, that's tight. Got it though. That one's easier, thankfully. And it's a license plate and everything's coming off. Okay. Don't want it to hit the painted fender. So let me get something to protect it. I'm using a couple of knee pads for gardening to stuff it in here so it won't crash down on the fender. Threaded bolt, lock washer. Both removed. Nothing's fallen yet because it's pinched by the pads. What do we got going here? Oh boy, okay. Oh, okay. What do we got going on here? White wire and a black wire. I don't see any obvious way to swap them. Oh boy. Let me study this. Following the cable run that goes underneath the bed of the truck, I can see where the wires are connected. This is where they could be swapped. So I'm going to reattach the license plate and lamp housing and work with swapping the wires. Once again, the brake light is wired here, which should be the tail light. And the tail light is wired here. Essentially, they're upside down. Because of that, I put the brighter light for now that has higher lumens. For the brake light, I put it down here, and the lower light up here. I want my brakes to be able to be seen at night. Eventually, I will reverse the bulbs when I reverse the wires. There you have it. It is what it is.